to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your power and all your mind, and love your neighbor as you love yourself.
When many of us think of the Bible, this is probably the image we have.
Judge not, lest you be judged, for you will be judged by the standards you yourself shall apply.
This is probably the image we don't have.
It's all about the man named Jesus of Nazareth. He was a mighty prophet who did amazing miracles and preached powerful messages.
It's a new version of the most sacred book in the Western world, and it's stirred up more than a few critics. It's called The Voice, and it doesn't read like your usual Bible, but more like this.
When he sits down at the table for dinner, he takes the bread in his hands, he gives thanks for it, and then he breaks it and gives it to them. At that instant, two things happen simultaneously. Their eyes are suddenly open so they recognize him, and he instantly vanishes.
Now, when I was growing up in the old traditional Episcopal church years ago, you knew what you were going to get every Sunday morning. You were going to get all those wonderful hymns by the Wesley Brothers, that beautiful organ music. And now the hymn book's been updated, and you're likely to get guitars. You were going to get the old 1928 prayer book. Well, that's been updated too. And you were going to get the King James Bible. Can that really be updated, though?
What we've done is translated it, but we've tried to put it on a shelf that people could get to, because a lot of people don't understand the Bible.
David Capes is a professor of religious studies at Houston Baptist University, and he was the lead scholar in the new Bible translation called The Voice.
What we did uniquely with this is we said, look, the Bible contains a lot of great poetry. Why not have poets work with scholars to discover the beauty and the cadence of the language again? The Bible contains a lot of great stories. Why not have novelists and storytellers work with scholars? Scholars are good on the technical pieces. We're not very good on the beauty of language and the cadence.
Some, though, are not convinced. Chris Roseborough edits the blog Extreme Theology.
It's clear, based upon how the Voice reads, and when I look at the passages they've come up with, that they started with their own theology first and then adapted their so-called translation to their theology rather than letting the Bible itself speak for itself. And the Jesus that they've created is really more akin to some kind of a postmodern spiritual pantheistic guru than he is to the Jesus of history.
That's always a question. That's always a concern. We had 14 different levels of review as we were moving forward. And the people at the very top of the editorial process were all very conservative people. Just because it's easier to understand, it doesn't have to be watered down.
And yes, the language may strike some as a bit modern.
Life is fleeting, like a passing mist. It is like trying to catch hold of a breath. All vanishes like a vapor.
The issue for us, though, is that the language has changed in the last 400 years, as we all know. And we're trying to make the beauty and the truth of the Scriptures available to more and more people. Well, we didn't really do this, Roger, for people who are veteran Bible readers. We did it for people who've never picked it up before. There's one statistic that says that of the people in church right now, 15 years old, about 60% of those will not come back to church after college. We've aimed at that audience so that they can have a Bible for themselves that speaks to them, that speaks their language, that demands of them and shows the relevance in their contemporary, in their world, the world that they live in.